Hello everyone and welcome back to Adventures in Enneagram episode 2. The first episode, unfortunately, was with a classmate of mine who actually he mistyped himself on accident. Turns out he was actually an inverse of what he originally thought he was. So he originally thought he was a 6W5, but apparently he was actually a 5W6. So it makes everything make a lot more sense now in retrospect. But that was just something that happened, and now I am here with another guest. Say hello.
Hello, my name is Lyric. I am a 9 wing 1, 9SX, and then subtype is SO, I believe. I believe that's how it works. It's very good to be on here.
Yippee! Well, it's lovely having you. So now that we know your Enneagram type, I'm kind of curious, what was your first thoughts upon, first learning all this stuff? What were you first thinking?
Learning that Enneagrams exist, or learning which one was mine?
Yeah, which one was yours? Learning about yours, specifically.
Okay. Well, I guess I was a bit shocked, because, for a while, we thought I was a 2. I forget what wing it was, but... it was a bit shocking to learn I was just on the opposite side of the spectrum. At least in terms of, numbers getting bigger, I don't really know in terms of, I don't think that they're that opposite in terms of, description. But it makes a lot of sense, I think. When I heard your description for why I was a 9, I was like, yeah, that kind of fits. I feel called out, so... I think that's how you know if, it actually fits you. If you feel called out, then it fits.
That does tend to be how it is. It's just this is fine, and then it's just you get to yours, and it's oh, I did not need to be called out like that today.
Yeah, if you feel like you're being, complimented at every turn, it's oh, yeah, I got, a great one, then, you're not doing it right. Because I feel like part of it is, self-improvement.
Okay, so I'm curious. Since you went and heard, some little bits about other numbers too, has that, kind of impacted your relationship with other people? In any sort of way when you learned about their numbers?
I think I've been slightly more conscious of what the people around me are like. When you typed, one of, close people in my life as a 1, I became very aware that he was, very, very perfectionistic, and it impacted him in a lot of ways. I think Aki was just autism. I'm sorry, but we went through his MBTI and his Enneagram, and both we always just described his types as autism, so it didn't really impact too much because I already knew that. Amber, her type is always changing, so it's
it's not that it's changing, it's that she literally doesn't know what it is.
Yeah,
so it's
that's what I mean.
Yeah, she keeps retyping herself because she doesn't really know.
And then with you, I guess it helped me see how you see yourself because you're able to recognize those qualities in yourself. But I already kind of saw you the way that your Enneagram describes you, outgoing and sticking up for what you believe, this sort of thing. You come off that way on your own. I think it helped a lot more with introspection rather than, looking at other people.
Yeah, that's fair. Because, introspection is, a huge part of it. It's all about kind of that leads into another question. Since it's, a self-improvement tool, have you noticed anything that you've been kind of, either consciously or unconsciously, adapting and changing over time? Since you became aware of it?
I think so, yeah. Whenever I, tend to push down what I want for, the sake of other people, or, sort of changing up my personality, I sort of become aware of it. I'm damn, I really am a 9, aren't I? I was also, filling out a questionnaire, and then, there were some questions oh, what do you value in, relationships, or, what do you like with your friends? And I was oh, I just gotta, copy them, don't I?
Yeah, it's just what do I value in a friend? Someone I can emulate.
No, but I've said to people before that it's oh, I see someone say something funny, or they have like a personality trait that I like, and I just kind of snatch it and I like put it in my personality.
Mm-hmm.
I do that also a lot. Like, I don't know if this is part of it, but like I do it a lot with like internet people that I like not like friends, but like YouTubers or things like that. Like if I find a part of them like admirable, I'll be like noted and then try to emulate it myself.
Oh, neato.
I don't know if that's like part of it, but I feel like Enneagram was made so long ago that they probably didn't account for it.
There's been a lot more like recent research that goes into this because like here's the thing. Because it's again such an old system, like it is constantly not changing, but there's constantly being more discovered about it, and like more writers are coming out and like writing things about it and like making more specific guides and whatnot. Like I literally own a devotional for this stuff. And I have
a devotional?
Yeah, and I have a book that, yeah, it's like a devotional, but it's specifically made for, like, for my number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then there's, a book I own. It's called When Working Together Doesn't Work, and it's like an Enneagram guide specifically to, like, work-related things. And I thought that was really interesting.
From the title, I thought it'd be, like, relationship-related.
No, it's like, it's specifically about like work relationships and whatnot.
Okay. That's interesting.
I wonder if there are any books that are focused on like relationship work. I don't know. I'll have to look into
I'm gonna
that.
go up to my coworkers and I'm gonna be like, what's your Enneagram type? And if they have a bad Enneagram type, then I won't. I'll like tell my boss to fire them.
There's no such thing as a bad Enneagram type. That's a whole big part of it. Is like every number has its goods and its bads. And it's all a matter of, like, just figuring out how to work together with the goods and the bads.
Right.
And, like, there's all the levels of development and whatnot. So there's no such thing as a bad Enneagram type. There are some types that I believe are inherently a little more compatible with, like, without having to do extra work. And some that are, like, harder to get along with for certain types. But I don't think there's a such thing as, like, good or bad types.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like this leads into something else. Okay, so subtypes, right?
Yes.
You knew about being a 9, but like as soon as I told you about like your your self-preservation being last, and I like sent you the reason as to why I believe that, and you're just like, oh, that is me.
Yeah. Again, if you don't feel called out, you're not doing it right.
Exactly.
Oh, I forget. What did I say exactly? Oh, can I look back?
Yeah, it's fine. Read through our DMs, why don't you?
That leaves self-preservation as your blind spot, which makes a lot of sense. And then they don't eat or sleep properly. Environmental factors will be relatively insignificant. Lack the drive to accumulate wealth or property, or to even care about those things. Time and resource management will typically be neglected. Often with seriously detrimental effects to their careers. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is accurate. I've never been the type to like value money over anything else. It doesn't matter too much to me. I feel like it'll start mattering more once I get a job and have to pay for stuff.
Yeah.
But losing track of eating and sleeping is definitely a problem.
It's okay though, you're working on it.
Yes. I make sure to eat pretty consistently, and sleeping is getting a bit better.
Yippee!
I'm trying to sleep more purely because I do not want dementia.
Oh, is that like a thing that causes that? Is like when you have a bad sleep
Yes.
schedule? Oh shoot!
My friend sent me like a whole Google Doc on like all the stuff that not sleeping causes, and dementia and Alzheimer's is on there. So I felt like maybe I should sleep a bit more. I think Amber actually mentioned it when she was analyzing me, that like, because I'm like specifically afraid of Alzheimer's and dementia because I have like a very heavy weight on trying to keep as many memories as I can, and I think she said that because it was past oriented, either my MBTI or my Enneagram fit more. I think it was the Enneagram.
Yeah, because that's another thing about them is you can be like, past-oriented, present-oriented, or future-oriented. Each number has, is one of them. But,
I'm far more past and future-oriented than I am present.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is sort of like, I very much like reminisce on the past a lot, but I also like, I live a lot of my life for like the future. To be like, oh, well, I'm doing this right now because I want to do this in the future. Or like, it's fine that all like XYZ is happening because in the future I'll have ABC, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't tend to be someone who can like look forward to like the little things. I have to look forward to like very big things in the far future rather than like small things in my day.
I remember you read like one specific thing about nines where it was talking about like sexual nines in specific or something. And it was saying like, oh yeah, especially 9W1s tend to be like kind of more... What was the term? Like a little bit critical, and you're just like, there's no way I'm a 9W1. And I'm like, well, honey, you're definitely not a 9W8. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Because it's like there's one thing that didn't fit in there, and I was like, oh, it can't be me, so you showed me the other ones. Like, that would fit way less. Way less.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they really like to do that with like all the types, where it's like if you're critical of yourself, they like to assume that you're critical of others, and it's like, well, God forbid they have morals.
No, that's fair.
Isn't that like a thing with ones?
Okay,
they're
so
perfectionists.
There are three types of ones. There's the, as we all know, self-preservation, social, and sexual. Sexual ones are a lot more critical of others than they are themselves, and self-preservation ones are very overly critical of themselves, but not so much of others. Socials are like right in between, where like okay, so self-preservation, their whole thing is they're constantly worried that they're not like doing good enough, that they are not being good enough. It's like, I have to be perfect. That's like their whole thing. And then it's like, okay, the best way I can think to describe this in like one sentence is like, self-preservation ones are just like, oh my gosh, I have to be perfect. Social ones are like, oh yeah, I am perfect, or like, I'm gonna be a perfect example for others. And then there's like sexual ones where it's just like, you will be perfect. I don't really care about myself, but you need to like get your butt in gear.
Okay. I think I get it a bit more now.
Fun
fact.
I
think just having the wing one is why they're like, it's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so since I'll only ever fully know what it's like to be me, I'm kind of curious. You know, I want to pick your brain a little. Was there anything that as you were like listening to me reading you stuff and whatnot, or like when I sent you screenshots and you were reading, did you have any moments where it's like, wait, everyone else doesn't do that? Or at least like isn't as conscious of it?
Okay, wait. I gotta think of like, what's characteristic non-things? Like, adopting people's personality and not having any of your own. Like, what else? Is that just it?
No, there's more things where it's like the constant need for like inner peace and whatnot. So it's like oftentimes they'll be like putting problems on the back burner. So they'll just be like, I don't need to deal with this, la 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 la, not affecting me. That's like a very common 9 thing for some reason.
Interesting.
They like to pretend problems don't exist because, haha, if the problem doesn't exist, then there's nothing disturbing my inner peace.
Doesn't everyone do that?
No.
No, because it's like it's the mentality of like, if I can't see it, then it can't hurt me. You know, like with animals, like, if I cover my eyes and I stand still, then this giant bear shall not attack me. Because I cannot see the bear, so the bear cannot see me.
But, yeah, no, I don't really do that. I want to get my problems out of the way as soon as possible, usually.
Then what if you can't? You just gotta ignore it.
No, I don't ignore it. It's like I do my best that I can to get it out of the way. And if I can't, if it's like something I can't solve, then it's just like, oh, well, shoot, I just accept that then. I don't ignore it, though.
You don't have to accept it. You could just be like, wow, it doesn't exist.
Except I don't do that. I just accept it.
Or like if someone does something you don't like, then you gotta be like, oh, I'm just gonna forget that.
Yeah, no, my brain is wired a little differently than that. Sorry.
Like I have like friends or people close to me who have like done stuff that upsets me, and then like I will never bring it up to them. I'll just be like, I'll forget about that so I can keep a high opinion of you. This not you specifically, but like there's this one girl who like we were sort of semi friends in like high school. I don't think I'll ever talk to her again. But she got really mad at me one time because like I jokingly said, "Oh my god, I'm gonna kill her," right? Like I obviously didn't mean it. No one means it when they say that. But like she didn't turn in part of her group project, right? So I was like, "Oh my god, if she doesn't show up tomorrow to turn it in, then I'm gonna kill her," to my friend. And then she shows up the next day and she's like, "So I heard you want to fight me, huh? Like I'll squish you like a bug. I can't believe you'd say something about me like that." And like, why don't you say that to my face, huh? You scaredy cat. And I was like, you weren't at school for 2 weeks. How was I gonna say it to your face? What? But basically after that, she started being super friendly to me. And I was like, okay, I'll just forget about how she said that she would watch me like a bug. I just won't bring it up.
Interesting strategy you got there, but
Never know. Oh, wait. Also, isn't part of being an I'm like strong desire to feel understood? Because I feel like that's a universal thing.
Okay. 9s are more so interested in, okay, so there's like a big thing about, okay, 4s are the ones that they're huge desires to be understood, and that's because they are easily one of the most complicated Enneagram types for some reason. Drama queens. But anyways, I'm kidding.
Wait, isn't that Aki?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Not you insulting a friend.
No, I was joking.
I'm gonna tell Aki you said he's a drama queen.
He'll probably just be like, okay, and.
Probably.
But yeah, anyways. So, 9s, their whole thing. Okay, there's like a huge meme in the Enneagram community where it's like, 9s basically had the hardest time seeing from their own viewpoint because they see from the viewpoint of like everyone else, which makes it harder for them to know their own true opinions. So it's not a matter of other people understanding you so much as it's a matter of like a desire to understand yourself, but you can't really do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's a big thing.
Yeah, 4s.
I don't think I ever thought everyone felt that.
Yeah, it's like a huge meme in the Enneagram community. There was like this one, I'll have to put it up on screen if I can find it. But it was like it's like, so what's your Enneagram type? And they're like, well, I really relate to this aspect of 2, but there's also this part of 3 that I really feel related to. Oh, but there's also this part of 6, and then it's just like Enneagram 9s.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I got typed as a 2, because there's so much of 2 that fits me. And then, like you were saying with the 4, I can kind of relate to like the wanting to be understood, but then it's like, oh, I introspect into myself, and then it's like, but what the fuck are they gonna understand? Because I don't even know what's there.
Yeah, 4s are fascinating creatures. I love them, but also I am so perplexed by them.
I do know that, I think assimilating is pretty normal human behavior. Like, when you make friends with someone, you start to adopt a bit of their language.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's pretty normal. And then obviously there's cultural assimilation with like, oh, if you grow up in a certain area, you're obviously going to act in a way that suits the area.
Sort of.
That's
I mean,
usually.
I don't. As I've gotten older, the less I've assimilated. I've reverse assimilated.
There's always nonconformists. There's always like the what do they call it? Anti-culture.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you know what the culture around here is. You've heard the voice memo of my sister dropping the hard R, like.
Yeah, you know what the culture around here is too. Like my culture is probably pretty similar to yours because we grew up both in rural areas.
Rural areas, let's go!
I obviously don't share the views of my area. I think
Mm-hmm.
though my friends have helped a lot with that, which is where I think like assimilation comes in, which is like I've interacted with a lot of friends who disagree with the values of the general area. So I've started, being similar to them.
Yeah. For me, I don't know, because I'm kind of the reverse. I don't get my values from other people, I just get them from myself. And
Oh,
then, like, I go and I
interesting.
tell other people. And I don't know how else to really describe it. To me, my introspection is like, I don't do so much looking at other people's opinions. I just dig deep and then I think about, okay, but what do I actually think about this? And then I go from there.
Oh,
That's how I form my opinions.
I think a lot of it for me is influenced by other people, and I often have to like keep myself in check by
Mm-hmm.
like if I'm watching a YouTube video where they're like talking about a controversy, I have to be like, okay, pause the video, be like, do I actually agree with this creator, or am I just agreeing because they're saying it and I'm listening? It's a bit difficult sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Definitely.
like I have morals that I am very like hard on. Like I'm very humanitarian, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think I'll budge on that. And I like also empathetic. I would like to. I want to believe I'm empathetic. But oftentimes, like if it comes down to like smaller issues that I didn't really have an opinion on before, that's where I get influenced very easily.
I see, I see.
I try to be aware of it though, so I'm not just like a sheep. I think that's part of where like knowing that I'm a 9 helps, is because like I wasn't very aware of it before.
But now you are. So now you can like kind of
I am.
yeah, now you get to like consciously sit back and think about things. You get to have your
Yes,
little
yes, yes.
introspection moments.
Hmm. I didn't know it was normal to just like be able to form your own opinions like that, bro. That's like your question was like, oh, did you think that everyone did that? Yeah, I thought everyone just formed their opinions off other people. Because
Nope,
like
sorry, buddy.
my first moral views were based off my father's views. Then my second ones were based off my friends' views, and then it just kind of like started spiraling into like, oh, you like YouTubers ones and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really say that there was ever anything I like came up with like all on my lonesome.
Hmm.
I do try to think about things introspectively, and I try to like, I don't just listen blindly. I try to like think about my opinion on it and try to hear both sides. But I think I will always be influenced by what I hear first. Do you like feel like I know you said like your views were very much your own, but do you feel like your personality was ever influenced by others when you were younger?
Probably. Because I was a child who actually. Fun fact, I also I was diagnosed with autism when I was like 14, I want to say. So
Okay.
I got that diagnosis, and I actually, as a kid, I don't know if I was necessarily influenced by other people that I was around so much as I was influenced by TV,
Okay.
which is also why I wasn't allowed to watch a whole lot of TV. I played outside most of my childhood, but
So you were Chinibyo.
a Tunivio? Oh my god.
Were you? Were you like, I have magical powers, I
No,
am the
not
chosen
really.
one?
No, not
Ah,
really.
damn.
That
Fuck.
wasn't the type of TV I was allowed to watch. I watched a lot of VeggieTales, but
So you just went around being like, I am a cucumber.
no.
I am a
No, no,
cucumber.
no, no. It wasn't like that. It was there's this story from when I was in like literally preschool. So imagine me, 4 years old. Um and there was this quote from like a VeggieTales episode, which we will get into.
Yes.
And they were like doing circle time at this preschool, and I was pretty new there. And then they were just like, "What are you doing, Vos? Get over in the circle." And then I was just like, "My parents told me to stand up for what I believe in, and I do not believe in circle time." And and the preschool teachers
Oh,
were so confused and didn't know what to say to that, so they just let me get out of it for that.
oh my god. I do not believe in circle time. Holy shit.
That was the actual quote, by the way. That was what I actually said.
I didn't remember that. Oh my god. Has anyone ever like brought that up to you years later?
No, because I don't interact with those people.
Well, like, your parents, at least.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they had to have called home about that.
Yeah, they did, and my mom was just like, yep, you're dealing with her now. Have fun with that.
Oh my god, she didn't even, like, give you, like, a stern talking to. She's just like, oh,
Nope.
yep, that's your problem.
Yeah, my mom, she disciplined me about things that actually matter, but she just was like, yeah, she just watched VeggieTales. Who cares?
I'm crying. How did VeggieTales lead to Circle Time is bad?
Because I was literally just quoting VeggieTales.
Oh,
Except
God.
not about Circle Time. This was like from one of the other DVDs about something. About like standing up for your beliefs and whatnot. So
I'm
yeah.
fucking crying.
Was there anything in specific that really stuck out to you from your type description?
I mean, like, what do you mean?
Like, let's say when I sent you like some screenshots or when I was reading something, was there anything that like really, really stuck out when you, like, obviously a lot of it was relatable and you felt very called out, but usually there's like at least one part that people are just like, oh snap, like yup, that's it, yup, that I was curious if there's anything like that for you, like that one kind of crucial moment, that one like little crucial thing that was just like, oh yup, that they aren't lying.
I mean, like, the main part of my description that, like, I always remember is, like, obviously, like, the sort of fakeish personality.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, I really resonate with this, like, a lot more because with 2, I always felt, like, sort of misunderstood by it because it's, like, I don't really, like, help people to, like, gain a sense of satisfaction or, like, gain a sense of, like, oh, now this person, like, owes me, or, like, they love me, you know? Like, I always just do it because, like, oh, I want the other person to feel better, you know?
Yeah.
So having one that actually, like, fits now is a lot better because I don't have to, like, constantly be like, okay, but I'm not doing it for selfish reasons.
Yeah.
And no, this isn't just me being, like, denying it for no reason. Like, I genuinely don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think also, with sexual nouns, it is like the sexual subtype is more like passionate, right?
Yes, they tend to be more of like an intense. They're like more intensity junkies. That's how sexual subtypes tend to work. Yeah,
that felt right because obviously I didn't know about like the subtypes until I was a 9.
Mm-hmm.
But the sexual one fits a lot because I've always been described sort of as like a person who is a lot, for lack of better words.
I see.
Especially like with like, oh, if someone brings up something I'm very passionate about, I will start like rambling nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
Or like with my friends, I'm very passionate about my friends and like protecting them and make sure like they are okay and happy and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I'm a very passionate person in general.
Yeah.
Which made sense with the sexual one. I forget what makes sexual different from SP, like all the other ones. For 9 specifically.
Okay, so sexual is more done by drawing to like a one specific partner, and well, at least that's how it works for 9s. Sexual 9s are like, I have this person in my life that I really like, and I'm going to basically kind of draw myself to this person, and this person is going to become my world and my everything, and I'm going to be so attached to them to the point where I don't even know who I am anymore. And then for social 9s, it's just like, for social 9s, it's a matter of, okay, so I had this group and this thing and this other thing that I really like doing. I'm going to get so involved in these things that I don't have to worry about how empty I feel. And all that stuff. Because for social 9s, they don't ever want to feel like they're being stagnant, which is why they're the counter type of 9s, because 9s are usually very chill with, like, kind of just not doing something at a particular moment. They're generally pretty chill and, like, kind of quote-unquote peaceful individuals. So the fact that they're like so ultimately driven to like not be staying still is like a very anti-9 thing, which is why they're considered the counter type. But yeah, that's kind of their whole thing, is they want to constantly be moving, they want to constantly be doing stuff, they want to constantly be like, they just want to constantly be up and at 'em, doing something, helping someone else, doing group activities, all that jazz. And then there's self-preservation 9s, which are kind of like the opposite of social 9s. They tend to like, they find comfort in like a lot of habits, and like they'd be more inclined to like sit down and binge a marathon of like a show or something than like have to do their homework or anything like that. Or like go out and do something or hang out with people. They find a lot of comfort in like being by themselves and just lazing around, and like they find a lot of comfort in routines and like low effort things. So that's kind of the big difference between the 3 subtypes in 9 specifically.
I don't know if I said it to you or if I said it to Amber, but my art teacher mentioned once how like, I didn't even realize it at the time, but he said this to me like maybe a couple weeks ago. Like he said, Lyric, you remind me of myself like back in high school. So like it seems like in terms of relationships, you seek like full union with your partner. Like you want to become like one unit, one person. It's like, well, I didn't realize that a little bit ago, but yeah. And he was like, that could be very overwhelming for some people. So it's, you know, probably where some of the issues stem from. It's like, oh, I don't know. I almost said attention seeker, but I meant I am I like a attachment seeker. I want to like form connections, and with like my partner specifically, I would like to like fully be one person. So I think like that being sexual is like, holy shit, I had someone call me out for that, not even knowing, and whoops.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, because like SX is a desire for like intimacy and enhancing closeness. So like, it makes the most sense, honestly. Like not even like looking into it as like 9 specifically, SX makes the most sense for me.
Yeah,
I think that's what like likes the most to me with my Enneagram type is like the very heavy focus on other people, because I feel like for a lot of my life, my focus has been on other people rather than myself.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But yeah, the sexual variant in general is just like someone who's very intensity driven. They're very intimate. They're very like driven for intimacy. Like they do not want to have surface level friendships. They want to be like, we are in this for life type people. They want to have the deep conversations at 3 a.m. They are that type of friend. Like,
yes, like I don't get people who just like form friendships for like they never think about each other unless they're talking to each other, and they just like hang out and play games sometimes. Like if you are really truly my friend, you will talk with me about at 1 a.m. about like your philosophy on life. Or like I also really don't like it when like friends refuse to like open up at all, even though you've been friends for like 2 years. Like, tell me about your childhood trauma. Like, it's like, we've been here for so long, I'm waiting.
Girl, give me the details.
Yes, like I need to know like which people I need to beat up, which people do I need to thank. But then like it also like gives me so much insight into like who the person is, and it's like, why would I not want that? I never want like surface level friendships. It sounds like so. Ugh.
And see, that's like the most SX thing you could have ever said to me. Like the most sexual variant thing you could have ever said.
I don't know. Like, why would I interact with you if you like don't want to have like an actual friendship? You know? Because like that's sort of how like you know who is, and it weirds me the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't really get that kind of thing. It's just
No, because it's like, do you even care about them, or do you just see them as like a form of entertainment?
Yeah, it's so weird to me. But, like, I don't know. There's just some people out there that are like that.
Yeah. That's also why I don't really understand people who are, like, loners. Because, like, there was definitely, like,
It's
a period of my
performative.
life. There's a period of my life where I definitely was a loner, but it's not, like, it wasn't by choice. It was just because, like, nobody liked me. So what was I gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for a while, I said I was very self-reliant, but then, like, one of my friends brought it up, and they were like, okay, but was that by choice? And I was like, oh, you're right.
Oh, dang it,
I hate when
called
my friends
out.
are right. Yeah. I don't know. Either of them. That's what I think sticks with me the most about my type. What is your next question?
That was kind of all the questions I had. If there's
dang.
any questions you have, I would love to hear them.
What's the Cinderella complex? Because I keep seeing that getting mentioned. I don't know what that is.
Oh, is that talking about... Wait, is that talking about nines, or...?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I would associate
I
a Cinderella complex more with, like, a 4, because their, like, whole thing is they want to be kind of rescued by someone. That's interesting.
I always, like, see it getting mentioned in relation to nines, and I'm not really sure what it is.
I'll have to think on that, because I'm pretty sure I've seen that mentioned near 4s or something. Or at least it would make more sense for 4s, because, like, for them, a big part of being a 4 is, like, they want to feel deserving of love, but in a way where, like, they typically don't think that they are. So they just are like, well, if someone goes out of their way to rescue me, then, like, obviously I must be deserving of love.
Interesting. One thing
I thought was really interesting was there's a certain triad, which is like a very interesting, not triads in like the tri-type sense, but there's like different triads that are all connected. And there's this one triad, I can't remember what it is. I'll put an image on the screen. But it's comprised of 4s, 6s, and 8s. And how it works is basically 4s are like kind of the rescuees, where like they really want to have someone who will like rescue them and save them from their problems and whatnot. 8s are the rescuers, where like they're the ones who they want people to rely on them and see them as like a sturdy figure, and they want to like help someone out in the cases where they feel like they can. And then 6s are the types where they want both to like be rescued, but they also want to be completely self-reliant. They kind of want to have it both ways. They want to like both rescue someone, but they also kind of want to be rescued in times where they feel like they need it.
Okay.
Which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Just saying though, if you're the rescuing type.
Alright.
You got a princess right here you could save. Like, flips my long flowing hair and flutters my beautiful eyelashes. Am I seducing you? Is it working?
Okay, whatever. Whatever, buddy.
Hey, I mean, you said you're gonna princess carry me when we meet. So.
That is true. I did say I would do that. I still do plan to do that, because I think it'd be really funny.
I think it would be too. And with how strong you are, like, I've seen pictures of your muscles, like, I think you could do it. We're gonna be confusing everyone who's listening, because they're gonna be like, oh, there's something here.
Be like, do I see the vision?
Think of what we could do. Think of all the amazing fan art.
Yup, everyone clip it and ship it, folks. Oh gosh.
Anyways, what parts, like, how did you figure out it was a 9? I forget.
I just kind of did it via, like, I don't know how to describe this. Yeah, pretty much. I go off of vibes for a lot of people, because I've gotten, like, kind of good at typing people just based off of vibes. Which I know sounds bad and not reliable, but I promise I am actually good at it.
No, because, like, as soon as I read it, it felt very good. And then Amber, obviously, like, she did, like, the whole questionnaire on me, and she was like, yeah, you're 100% a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like, when I was answering that questionnaire, I feel like it helped a lot to know my type, because it helped me, like, answer a lot of those questions, I feel like.
But yeah, I do find it, I do find it interesting how, like, people can initially get mistyped, and then, like, as soon as they actually find the real type, then it's like, okay, now it all makes sense. It's all coming together. But then it makes you wonder how the mistype happened in the first place, you know?
I think it just happened because... Oh, it happened because of the... we took a test, like an online test.
Yeah.
And it said I was a 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of, like, went with it.
Yeah, I've noticed that test, like, here's the thing, it's reliable in some cases, but in some cases it literally just, like, types almost everyone as, like, a 6 or a 2, and I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, and this is probably why there's, like, a lot of people who say, like, every time I take the MBTI test, it, like, changes based on my mood. Because I feel like you have to have, like, an expert typer like Amber to, like...
Yeah.
Be like, oh, your TI function is this, and your NI function is this. And I don't actually know. Yeah. She's like, are you good with MBTI too, or is that just like...
No, I'm not. I find that stuff intimidating, funnily enough.
She's like a beast at it, bro.
She is. I've noticed that. She keeps trying to tell me that I'm like 5 different MBTI types, and I'm like, I don't know, nor do I don't know. MBTI isn't my ballpark, so I don't really...
I've been like ENFP for like a couple years, and then she randomly texts me and she's like, hey, Lyric, I actually don't think you're an ENFP. I think you're an INTJ. I was like, what the f... And then she gave me her reasoning for it after, like, I did the questionnaire, and it was like, yep, that seems to fit.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll just go with it.
One thing I thought was interesting was she kept trying to tell me, like, that I'm, like, an ESTP or something like that. She's like, yeah, I really think you are. And then I would read into it, and I'm like, nah, this ain't it. But she's like, but a lot of 8s are this thing, so... And I'm like, yeah, but... I don't know. It kind of... I don't know how to describe it. It just was like, I don't think that's it.
Oh, you're a special 8? You're a special 8?
I guess. I've heard a lot of people say ENTJ for 8, so I don't know why she keeps, like, insisting that it's, like, ESTP or something. She keeps saying it's, like, specifically an ES type, and I'm like, I don't know.
Maybe you should fill out her questionnaire.
No, because here's the thing. It's like, I know it's not, like, external sensory or whatever. Extroverted sensory or whatever. Because it just doesn't... It doesn't fit. It really doesn't. She keeps trying to insist that it's that, but I'm just like, it really isn't. It really isn't. Because, like, if we ignore the, like, NI function that I use, which is, like, my dominant function, and I fully believe that because, like... And that's why I'm so confused about, like, the extroverted sensory thing. Like, how on earth is that the quote-unquote 8 type? Like, 8s are in the instinctual center. We are guided via our instincts. Like, that's just kind of how it works. And then to say that, like, actually, you don't go by your instinct. You go by logical... Not logical reasoning. It's, like, something about, like, you go by the sensations of what you are feeling in the room. Which is not your intuition, and it's just, like, the objective facts that you are perceiving. And I'm like, but I don't really do that. Like, not to sound like an illogical crazy person, but I don't really do that sometimes.
Fair enough, fair enough.
She says this because they're, like, action-oriented, but I'm like, I am action-oriented, but I'm also, like, very in my head about things. I don't know. I'm very torn between INTJ and ENTJ. I feel like I'm a perfect mix of both, to be honest.
God, we could be the same type.
Crazy, I know.
Wait, that actually that would be crazy.
I am probably more ENTJ, but, like, I do feel like I'm a perfect balance of both, if that makes sense. Because it's so strange to me.
Wait, I don't know if I was typed INTJ or if she typed my OC as INTJ. Wait.
You might have to check.
Because the OC is kind of like... You remember that, the magical girl who committed genocide? Yeah, it's that one, and I... Okay, wait, I think that was the OC. Hold on, where was mine? Or I might just be the same one as her. Okay. Oh, okay, no, she thinks I'm ISFJ. ISFJ.
Okay. I was thinking when you said INTJ, I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah, because I don't think we're the same. I think we're
Yeah.
very, very different people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think we obviously
thinking.
still get along and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
you're far more like dominant in terms of like relationships, not in terms of like, you know, like the that definition. Like, like you put yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she said it's because I am like past oriented. My FE is weak. And my NE is weak. I'm not sure about. I condense my options into one and have trouble thinking outside the box, especially under stress. Oftentimes, people with their NE inferior believe that, and the auxiliary hate because they feel anxious or stressed about everything that can go wrong, which I feel like fits with like the whole 9 thing of like putting on the back burner, just like yeah. So I think it fits. I think she typed me correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're just like so awesome that it's like the little MBTI like detector, her thing like they goes crazy. You're so awesome.
I'm on a whole nother plane
This
of
is
existence, guys.
This is my wrist. Am I rizzing you up? Is it working?
No. Stop trying to rizz me up, bro.
Might as well try. I'm just saying, those teams would look nice together. Is that the end?
Yep, I think so. Thank you for talking with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course. I had a lot of fun. Did you?
Yeah, I did indeed. This was a very fun interview.